The girls are thrilled. They're so excited they're getting another aunt, and we could not be more excited for them and what the future holds. We love, and we love Taylor and Trav.
After what seemed like months of rumors, speculation, and subtle hints, as well as more camera shots of Taylor Swift in NFL suites than anyone could count, it finally took place. Officially, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have announced their engagement, and perhaps even more endearing than the headline itself is Kylie Kelce's feedback on the situation. You read that correctly. Kelce's sister-in-law, who has become a household name in her own right, is already extending a warm welcome to Swift. She is a fan favorite. During an interview that was broadcast on Good Morning America on Friday, Kylie became very excited as she discussed the fact that the most famous pop star in the world has officially become a member of the family. If we are being completely honest, her response is exactly what we had hoped it would be. These young ladies are overjoyed. The fact that they are getting another aunt is making them extremely happy, and we couldn't be more thrilled for them and what the future has in store for them. Love is something that we adore, and we adore both Taylor and Trav. I am glowing like the proudest sister-in-law on the face of the earth, Kylie said. Kylie has quietly become the Kelce family's not-so-secret weapon, so let's take a moment to pause here and discuss this. Despite the fact that her husband Jason is a lovable and stern Philadelphia Eagles legend, and Travis is a charming NFL tight end who managed to pull off the impossible by dating Taylor Swift, she is having a relationship with Taylor Swift. Kylie has cultivated her own unique path. She is the kind of person you would imagine sitting next to at a kid's soccer game and cracking jokes about snack duty. She is approachable, funny, and sharp. I'm not going to lie, her podcast has provided her audience with a more in-depth look into her personality. Moreover, it is safe to say that football is no longer the only thing that matters to Kel's family. Beating an empire of likability is the goal here. It is therefore the equivalent of a royal blessing when Kylie, who is 33 years old, gives Taylor permission to call another aunt, and when she gives her the green light. But perhaps the most exciting part of Kylie's excitement was when she shared how her and Jason's daughters reacted to the news that they were engaged. Wyatt, who is 5 years old, Elliot, who is 4 years old, Bennett, who is 2 years old, and baby Finn, who is only 4 months old, are reportedly overjoyed. Give it some thought. What youngster wouldn't go absolutely bonkers if they were to receive Taylor Swift as an aunt? The experience is comparable to discovering that your babysitter is Elsa from the movie Frozen, but with much more impressive hair flips and stadium tour. Kylie claims that her daughters are overjoyed, and you can be sure that those children are already making plans to throw dance parties in the living room in order to get rid of their excitement. To tell you the truth, if we wait a few years, the Kelce's girls could easily form a junior version of the East Tour, with Wyatt providing the lead vocals, Elliot playing the guitar, Bennett pounding on the tiny drums, and Finn serving as an adorable baby backup dancer. The band was a hit. Due to the fact that we had watched that documentary, someone should call Netflix. In addition, if you have listened to Taylor on the New Heights podcast over the past month, you are already aware that she is a perfect fit for the Kelce chaos. Swift spent a significant portion of that soon-to-be famous episode discussing Kylie and Jason, and the stories she shared were at the pinnacle of comedic potential. Let's take Jason's little joke about cats being poisonous as an example. This is a classic dad move. Because of the risk of contracting germs, the majority of parents advise their children to avoid touching stray animals. Jason, he went with the idea that cats are intoxicating, and Taylor, who is known for his ability to find solutions to problems, made it a target. It was my intention to demonstrate to the children that the cats were not poisonous when I brought them into the presence of the cats, she chuckled to herself. Benjamin, her ragdoll cat, was without a doubt the most important feature of the show. In essence, a massive stuffed animal that is content to be carried around like a baby the entire time. By the time it was over, Jason's girls were completely obsessed with Benjamin, and they would yell out, "I find Benjamin," every 5 minutes. To me, this tale seems to be the most accurate representation of what the future holds for Taylor in her role as Auntie. I am currently in the process of baking rainbow sprinkles and funfetti sourdough. Making the time spent with the cat into a scientific experiment? Check. To tell you the truth, she is not only winning Grammys, but she is also winning the game of being an aunt. Despite this, Kylie's interview was not solely focused on Taylor and Travis, respectively. As part of the Play of the Day segment on Good Morning America, cameras captured Kylie attending the Eagles season opener. While there, she made a young boy's day by inviting him onto the field through the Eagles Autism Foundation. Kylie, who was beaming with pride, stated that the Eagles organization is synonymous with the Eagles Autism Foundation and the work that they are doing. The foundation is putting money behind projects that are having an impact on the autism community on a daily basis. Well, these are the kinds of moments that bring to mind the reasons why Kylie is so cherished. She is not only the humorous podcast host or the wife of an NFL player, she is the kind of person who will make sure a child has an experience that they will never forget, even if it is during the opening game of a championship season. And it is this heart that Taylor appears to appreciate the most about being a member of the Kelce family. It is important to remember that when Taylor made her appearance on New Heights, she broke all of the previous viewership records that the show had set, records that were formerly held by Kylie herself, if you guessed correctly. Kylie laughed about it on her own podcast, which she produced. There is no way that it is even close to being the episode of the other podcast that has the most viewers, and it is officially no longer the record holder for that record. And I, for my part, adore that. This kind of playful self-awareness is what makes Kylie so popular among her fans. Instead of competing, she celebrates her victories. And to tell you the truth, the Kelce family is the model of a family that exemplifies more love, more laughter, and more chaos than any other family. At first glance, it may appear to be nothing more than another celebrity engagement. However, when you take a step back, you can see that it is much more significant. It is about the intersection of popular culture and sports in a way that we haven't seen before, if ever been seen at all. To this day, Taylor Swift is the most famous musician in the entire world. Travis Kelce is one of the most charismatic guys in the National Football League. Through their collaboration, they have been successful in attracting new fans to football, increasing ratings, and establishing a crossover universe in which Swifties wear Chiefs jerseys and football fans are familiar with the lyrics to Love Story. As a result of Kylie's official declaration of her happiness and the Kelce girls' enthusiastic reception of their new aunt, it certainly appears that the groundwork has been laid. This is not a public relations stunt. It is not a casual affair. People are talking about this because it is about love, family, and a cultural shift that has people from all over the internet talking. What is the next step then? The bells of the wedding, of course. People can be sure that Kylie Kelce will be the center of attention at the reception. She will most likely be directing children down the aisle, making jokes about Jason's dance moves, and possibly even hosting an episode of Not Going to Lie from the event. Kylie is currently merely basking in the glow of the moment for the time being. Her family is growing, her daughters are overjoyed, and her brother-in-law has found the person he will spend the rest of his life with. And in all honesty, Kylie has stated that we are in love with love. What do you think will make Taylor the most famous aunt in the history of the world? What do you think? On the other hand, do you believe that Jason will still find a way to trick her into thinking that barbecue sauce is poisonous?